In Johnson County, an EF2 tornado demolished parts of Whiteland, leaving neighborhoods nearly unrecognizable. Matthew Foltz was there yesterday morning. He returns to survey this damage this morning. And how does it compare, Matthew?
Yeah, Gina, I can tell you it's still heartbreaking just to look at. I mean, you can still see behind me debris just scattered everywhere. And in fact, I'm actually joined here this morning by Whiteland Fire Chief Eric Funkhauser. Chief, thanks for waking up with us this morning. Walk me through the last 24 hours.
Yeah, so Friday night, obviously the tornado came through Johnson County. It looks like right now, from what we can tell, it started in the southwest portion of our county. It went through Bargersville, and it continued to track through our area. When it came through Whiteland, we think it was an EF2, so we're looking at 135-mile-per-hour winds. We're standing in the path of what the tornado seemed to take as it was tracking northeast through Johnson County. Obviously we've got a lot of severe damage that started, throughout the entire county. We have power poles that are down, and talking with REMC, there was 47 to 50 power poles that were completely destroyed.
Wow.
So lines were down all over the place. When the initial call started coming in, it actually was one of the fire crews here that got on the radio and said that the fire station had been hit. Multiple houses were down in the area. And when we all arrived in this area, I mean, we couldn't even get through. So, I mean, the roads, the trees were down, power lines were hanging everywhere and down on the roadways, and just all the damage that we had. So, the biggest thing, the most amazing part of the whole thing was when we showed up, and when it was all said and done, we had no injuries.
Yeah.
So the crews showed up, and we had people still climbing out of houses, and they started working with getting everybody out and making sure that everybody was safe. So Friday night into Saturday morning, I mean, for hours, we were out here just searching structures, making sure that nobody was hurt, nobody was still trapped inside, and spent the whole night doing that.
Yeah, and as we look at the damage, you were telling me one house was completely ripped from its foundation. Yesterday, we also saw a community effort of all types of people coming out here with the cleanup process. Talk about how long that process would take.
Yeah, so the cleanup process is going to take a long time. Yesterday, everybody's without power in this area. That's probably going to continue for at least 2 to 3 more days, more than likely. As you can see behind us, yeah, there was one house completely gone. All that's left is the foundation. There's a couple more down in this area that are in the same way. There's just severe devastation throughout this area and through the neighborhoods. It hit the library, it tore down power poles all along US 31. So, US 31 still closed, but everybody came together yesterday and started working on, just for us to even be able to drive here this morning and to get into this area is amazing. I mean, because, all the crews from the town of Whiteland, Johnson County, state sent down crews yesterday to help as well, DNR. Everybody was out cutting trees up, and working on using the heavy machinery to get the power poles out of the roadway. Johnson County REMC, Duke, everybody just have been pitching in and everything else.
And I think one of the other amazing things that we've seen over the last 24 hours is the community output.
Yeah.
Talk about, for viewers at home watching, how can they help this morning?
Yeah, so yesterday it was pretty amazing. We put out a call yesterday that we would accept donations. So we said, bottled water, food, snacks, all of those types of things. With our fire station being damaged back here behind us, we moved in with a new Whiteland Fire Department yesterday and was operating there. And from the beginning of the morning all the way till last evening, people were dropping off just carloads and truckloads of donations all day long. My phone was ringing all day. Social media was sending us messages. So yeah, it was amazing. It got to the point to where we completely filled the fire station and had to put out a call last night saying, thank you so much for all that everybody did. At this time, we're not going to accept any more donations. But going forward this week, just pay attention to social media, as we need more donations, as things like that, pop up. There's going to be church groups and other, different people out there that are going to start, having donation drives. We're going to try and put that information out so everybody can see it. So just pay attention to social media, any press releases that we might do over the next week, and we'll try and get more information out as we go.
Sounds good. We appreciate it, Chief. And we'll continue to pass along that information on our website at WTHR.com. Gina?